This is Close Combat Gateway to Caen. You're watching episode 19 of the Axis campaign. Take a moment to support the channel by clicking the subscribe button, liking the video, and turning on notifications. We are heading back to Meaux. We've got 12th SS Panzer Pioneer Battalion, and if you recall, this is the headquarters company, and we are down to just ersatz infantry. 2nd Gordon Highlanders are bringing armor and plenty of firepower. We're struggling to hold here, but if we can hang on a little bit longer, we do have armor closing in. This is Dwarf Company from The Hobbit. We didn't take any casualties in the last fight, so everybody's still alright. We don't have any new assets really to pull from, so we are still trying to get through with the ersatz infantry and the light support units that we've got. One more battle and we should be okay. Enemy has a standard selection of infantry, and they're bringing 2 mortars and a Churchill Mark III. I did manage to block the bridge to the south with one of their tanks in the last fight, so let's hope that that benefits us here. If their tank does get to the south, I'm going to be feeling okay. We'll use the 88 the same way as last time, but if it keeps them away, we might be able to maneuver a little bit. This is going to be a similar strategy to last time, but instead of spreading the troops out so much, I have them kind of focused near the canal in the middle. That did seem to be the hot spot last time. And so I do have our sniper still covering the large open field south of the canal, but outside of that, everybody else is to the north. I do still have our 88 in the same corner covering the bridge, and we're going to count on the tank moving south in order to hit it there. Otherwise, it's either up to the infantry or we're just going to avoid contact with the armor altogether. I think that we have the opportunity to try and push north here once we fix the location of where the tank is, and we're going to try and make an effort to take another flag. I'd like to keep progressing a little bit, but I don't want to force it if it's not going to work. Okay. No one here so far. We are going to wait till we know where the enemy is before we start making a major effort to move. Alright, we're going to have to hit these guys. Ooh, I would have liked if they waited for me to open up. I wanted them to come across a little bit, but I guess it was too close. Alright, they're already pulling back, so let's go ahead and put mortars right here. And then we do have a team there, but we don't know what it is. We'll wait for them to move in. And let's go ahead and flare right here. Maybe we can identify it. Yep, okay, we got infantry running through the canal. I don't know if Dory can hold this on their own. And let's see. Balin can get set. Ah, their mortars are already looking for us. Okay, got a hit.
In position.
Ooh, are they actually targeting Dwalin? I would have moved them. We're gonna have to ride that out, I think. Oh, we took one. Looks like we got one wounded. One stunned. We just gotta keep that machine gun operational. Nothing over here. We're doing okay. Nobody's moving. Alright, so these guys were able to peek over that, and we want them to rest. So I think we'll let Biffer kind of cover right here. We still don't know if we have to use them for a tank or what, but we'll just let them kind of cover this opening. They're in a pretty decent spot to see it, I think. And then once our troops are rested, we can start our move to the north. So let's keep these guys pinned down a little bit with some more mortars and make sure that we're using those to the maximum effectiveness. We don't want the enemy to just overrun us. We don't have the firepower, I think, to fight one-on-one. All right, if they'll stay there for a minute, like, I think we can do some damage with the mortars. And as long as they're not pushing us back, we're doing all right. Oh, more mortars coming in. Let's go ahead and run back. We're just going to give this corner up. Come on, Dory. Sooner than later. Come on. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. They waited too long. Nope, get out of there. Okay. Let's go ahead and pull Nori back as well. Keep going. Alright. That didn't work. They're struggling now. Dory took 2 casualties. You guys gotta run. You just stand up and run. Alright, so Nori can see this. And I'm kind of thinking if Balin stays in that corner, they might be able to just pull some shots off as they come through. Okay, Bofer and Bomber look like they're rested reasonably. The machine gunner is still a little winded, but he's going to have to suck it up. I'm a little surprised. It's like they are still targeting us with the mortars down there. Do they know we're there? Hit them. Dwalin doesn't see anything with that machine gun. And Balin's pinned. So I don't think one person with one rifle is going to be able to be effective there. You guys are moving slow, but you're moving. I think the good thing here is, like, they are trying to use the hedges for cover, and that's kind of forcing them through that little funnel. They're not able to just, like, swarm across. If they swarm across, like, they don't have as much concealment, so we can probably get some kills. But if they stay bottled up here, this might be a decent little spot to pick them off. We'll probably waste some mortars in the water, but if we can get a random hit here and there, I think it's worth trying. No effectiveness, but we're going to still try for it. No. So I wonder if we need to get Dwalin pulled back a little bit. Try and get back here and then, like, looking more straight into that instead of across the trees. We'll see if we can work something out on the farther end. Sounds like they're shooting over here, but I don't know. It just sounds like they're shooting from far to my left. Nope. Here come the mortars again. Alright. Nori and Dory are going to have to ride that out. Only positive here, I guess, is if they use all their mortars up early, we'll be okay. There is still no sign of the tank. So I'm not sure if it's working its way here, but this is where all the action is. Hit them with one more salvo. There we go. That worked out better. Let's see if Dwalin can open up with the MG. We are making progress on our movement north. There we go. We got a kill. Alright. They are now hidden. It's just going to be a slugfest like this. We just got to pick them off one at a time here and there. Try and chip away at their morale, and just hold the terrain long enough to get to a ceasefire. And what's going on up in the north? They're moving okay. I wish they'd walk a little bit more consistently. Like, they walk forward, oh, I'm too far ahead, and then they walk back. Like, no. Just walk to the destination and stay put. Or stay with your guys, but back and forth is a waste. Alright, I'm kind of happy that it's quieted down a little bit. But I don't think we've done a lot of damage to them. I think they're just regrouping. Their morale is also very high. There's some more. Yeah, I don't feel like we've wiped any teams out. So we're just gonna have to keep grinding through this. Let's just get mortars out right here. These angles, they suck. Alright, we can't quite see them. How? Okay. I don't know what's going on over there, but they're still taking their time. We can't quite see very well when they come out of there all of a sudden, so kind of need them to be in the open. Alright. That's a better shot. Now those are landing better. Whoa, what was that? Is that a tank? Is the tank shooting at us? I don't know if Biffer is using the Panzerfaust or if that was like a tank shooting and we just don't see the tank. I don't know. Try and hit this corner again. No, there's no way, right? That's not a tank. They don't have that many. I swear the tank is shooting. These guys haven't shot. That has to be their tank. So, I don't know what their tank would be shooting at, though, because it's not shooting near us. So, I'm a little worried and confused. Alright, so we are going to have to retake the East Orchard flag. I'm not worried about it at the moment, but we have to drive these guys out. I don't want to just give up that position, even though really we haven't given up any terrain. I would like to wipe them out and take it before a ceasefire, which obviously we're nowhere near yet. But that is something that's in the back of my mind. Take cover! They are hiding well. Okay. So, did the mortar in the water, like, shrapnel kill him or something? That's something that I've wondered about, right? Like, if the mortar does hit the water, does it still count as, like, splash damage and stuff? Do we get a blast that can kill them? Or is it totally ineffective? So, if you know the answer to that, let me know. I usually avoid the mortars near water because I just assume that the game doesn't process that. But if it just has the splash animation and sound and it still does the damage, drop a comment down below. I'd love to know the answer. And they're just hanging out right next to us. Before we just go push that, let's put some mortars on it. We made it here. Need to rest. Let's see. I think we could take Bofer up because they're rested. And we'll let Bomber take a moment to catch their breath because the machine gunner is fatigued. And we'll just at least peek over into that field to the west. I don't know how realistic it is, but I would like to capture that flag in the north just to put some pressure on them, give them something to think about, and then see some sign of progress at the end of this fight. But since we only have 2 squads up there, I don't know that we can actually pull that off in the end. If that was the tank shooting at us and it's not up there by the flag, that changes the calculus a little bit too. Much better mortars. Let's actually get some hits though. Not great. Alright, fire mission complete from both. They should have 3 more, I think, maybe 4. We'll be a little bit more conservative with the next ones, unless there's just a horde of people, but I want to save them for targeting an enemy that's, you know, probably high probability of hitting. Like right now, to be honest, if they're going to stand and run, let's do it. That'll leave us 2.
Incoming!
Maybe I shouldn't. Do I call them off? I'm torn. I don't want to not use them, but I don't want to run out of them early. And I don't want to push this corner if they're all up there. So if we can soften this up, maybe I bring, like, I don't know, Biffer could, like, leapfrog right here. Or what if we even go down here? Let's go down here, see if we can spot into the corner. And then that might help answer some questions, I guess. I don't know. Like, our guys down here in the south, Nori and Dory, they don't seem to spot anything or be concerned. We can flare.
Take cover!
Yep, they are still there. And Dwellin can't do anything, so I think let's get them out of the hedges and with view in that corner. Just start thinking right now about endgame. We want to have that flag under our control. So I'm going to have to do something to engage these guys. Whether that's actually pushing them or just repositioning, we're going to have to do something. There we go. One guy laying here in the creek bed. Can't seem to get anybody else to target that Bren, so we need Dwellin to just do it. Uh-oh. Big runners. They're full sprinting down the canal. Lost sight there. So if we mortar here, I don't know, like maybe we hit those guys. There's 3 teams. We got this like single guy, the guys in the corner at the flag, and then the new ones that are moving in. So that might be something. Well, that guy's dead. That might be something that's going to start indicating we have a stronger push coming our way. We did chunk their morale there a little bit. That's 2 more teams. So they're back up to 3 in this area. It's like I want to call in mortars on them. And I'm hesitant because of the water. So, I don't know. We have 12 there. They're not being bothered.
Steady, lads.
I don't know if I should have brought my mortars closer so I could use the machine guns on the half tracks. Alright, we're going to start moving out here. And we'll just spot and see if there's any contacts that are going to be a threat. Can't target that. We actually have kind of like a little bit of a struggle from our angles we're at. We need somebody to just, you know, lumberjack those trees down and gun these guys down as they come out. So if Nori moves up, it might get us a little bit of a better opportunity, but then we have the drawback of not having the concealment from the bushes. But at some point, I feel like we're going to have to kind of reposition. Thorin's low on ammo. How's this look? They kind of held up. So maybe mortar these guys. They're just sitting there. Like, drive down their morale, push them back, get a kill, whatever. Something helps us, you know? Up in the north. Okay, they need to pull back. They're feeling it, despite their morale bar looking just fine. But yeah, our guys in the north are doing okay. I would like to keep pushing across that field. I could see the tank just like sitting up there though, and like I run into it. So we can wait out this mortar series and see how that goes. Okay. They're getting closer. Let's do some damage, though. Can we move Thorin up here to the flag? Good hit. We do have so-so line of sight there. We can move up just a little bit, see if we can see straight down there. Go ahead and bring some pressure up here. Nori, Dory, and Balin can cover the south. We're just going to send it. We know they're there, and it's our last salvo, so I think we just keep chunking away at them. This guy is not dead or retreated, so there's somebody still up there. I wonder if Dwalin can see that. Not well. Okay, we got runners. They're moving south through the field. Maybe the sniper can pick them off. Poor Ori, they're just like sitting there waiting, and the tank shows his face. Can we move across that wall? I don't know if we can technically cross that or not. So we're going to give it a shot, see what happens. I would like to bring that machine gun up. Nothing there. So Dory's panicking. Okay, we're down to one guy. Just hide there for now. Never mind. Alright, that's a KIA. That chunked our morale quite a bit. Open up on them. Thorin, you gotta kind of do the same. Let's just get moving. We know the tank's not here. They might still have infantry. They definitely have mortars. So we gotta be somewhat careful, but we need to start closing that distance and get ready to end this fight. Is the tank gonna push us? So we do have some AT ability with Thorin. I'm not sure if that's kind of what the tank is thinking, is like come around the side of the field.
We need to pull back.
Good, good. They're struggling. Let's move up there. There we go. MG is showing their face in the corner. They got that Bren just laying there. We have a decent idea where they are. If we can just keep closing in, we might be able to get some grenades.
Wir brauchen Unterstützung. In Position.
Tank's not dying to cross there. And I'm not sure if Killy can do that, so tell Philly to do the same just in case it does work.
In Position.
And Balin's panicking. There we go. Kill them. Yeah, it's just one guy kind of out on his own. Probably need to back him up a little bit. Let's take this flag real quick and then see what we can do in the south. Run up there and support.
We need to pull back.
Biffer's just kind of stayed back. I don't know if we need to just use them as riflemen. That's working actually very well with the mortars. Okay, they surrendered. If they surrendered, let's go for it. Let's take the flag, and let's get a ceasefire underway. So move up here. In fact, just sprint for it before the tank makes a decision. We might lose Balin right here. They're kind of overextended, and Nori did not follow along, so let's see if Nori can do that. Pull Balin back. Alright, Dwalin's out in the open. They should be able to see through there. Flag's taken. Flag in the north is taken. Let's call it. So we got them down to 71% morale. We're at 83. We were actually doing pretty good until Dory got wiped out. But while we have the flag in the north, we don't really have any terrain up there. We did only kill one. We wounded 15, and we have 2 prisoners. They killed 3 of ours and wounded 4. So those 7 casualties, actually fairly respectable. Unfortunately, it was kind of costly in teams. And Thorin has 3 kills. Dwalin has none. Balin has none. Nori has 5. Dory is wiped out. And Biffer just stayed put. We got Ori, no kills. And then our advance element that was Recon. We have Bomber with no kills. And we also have Bofer, no kills. And then half tracks, we got Killy, who had 2 kills. Philly had 6 kills. That's not bad with the mortar. And then Oin had no kills. The tank did not make it down there. Enemy platoon leader survived unharmed, no kills. But their light mortar, also no kills. Piet, nothing. Rifles wiped out. Bren is unharmed. Bren with 2 kills. And then we got a Bren that's wiped out. Bren that's unharmed. Bren with no kills. They had medium mortars, so this one's got 3 kills. Second one has 2 kills. And their tank has no kills. This fight has been a little bit more of a struggle, but I think we'll benefit from either like Panzer Grenadier or armor arriving. So I just need to not lose badly and we'll be fine. And I think that happened here. I hope that you enjoyed the fight, so let me know how I did and like the video. Be sure you're subscribed and consider supporting the channel by becoming a member. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.